Hello and welcome back to Lorcana Villain, and I am just about to be tuning in to Lorecast. This isn't actually a live stream, but I will be posting it basically straight after it's finished. I'll just edit it together, which shouldn't take long, nice and simple, and we'll be releasing it because I know a lot of people aren't able to catch it live, so I thought I would upload this one with my reactions to it so that people have a way to view it. I'll give my commentary, but I'll do my best to not talk over important things or overdo it or anything, but we are 40 seconds away. My predictions, first of all, I very much doubt we're going to get anything about an online client. That's always the number one thing I see people talking about, and fair enough, I get it, I want it too, but I wouldn't be optimistic to hear anything about it anytime soon. I think the most realistic thing is information about set 6, probably the name of the set. Hopefully we get the trailer for the set, that'd be pretty cool, and maybe tells us a little bit more of the story. In the first 4 sets of Lorcana, we had first chapter, which was just sort of like an introduction, and then Rise of the Floodborn, we started to really see some like signs of the story going on and the whole thing of Martin and releasing Ursula and all that before Ursa's return in set 3. So I'm hoping that we see some more information about the story. This is Ryan Miller. Oh, okay. Is this going to be the new trailer? Tigger! Let's go. Okay, that's a new Tinkerbell we're getting. We've learned anything. Anything we see here, we're going to get. Okay, they're from Moana. I forget what they're called. I forget what they're called, but yeah, they're cool. Jasmine on the boat. I have no idea. Is that like hero something? I can't remember. Oh, it's that map that Scrooge McDuck had. We got that piece of the story on the website not long ago. This is awesome, I love it. Azure at Sea, and there is the name of our next set.
Well, hello,
love
Lumineers. I'm Ryan Miller, brand manager and co-designer of Disney Lorcana, and I'm here to welcome you to this edition of the Lorecast.
Thank you.
Now, I've been personally very excited about this one because it's Azurite Sea, and you may not know this about me, but I'm kind of an Age of Sail nerd. I love sailing ships and pirates and treasure and buccaneers and swashbuckling and all the buckles. So I've been wanting to talk about this for a while. In fact, you may have heard me reference this all the way back to set 1 when I made these quotes about a pirate deck that I've been playing. Well, I shouldn't have said that because I was playing cards from this set, playtesting future cards. But now I can actually talk about it. So here we are, folks, Azurite Sea. Following a map, our Illumineers set sail on the beautiful yet unpredictable Azurite Sea. They'll have to be vigilant as the high seas not only brings high adventure, but frightful danger. From coconut-clad pirates to giant wave mazes, there are plenty of loose cannons on the sea. Regardless, with new faces and heroes joining the crew, it'll be a journey anyone would want to record in their logbook. And speaking of new heroes, we've got Big Hero 6, Baymax,
Big Hero 6.
And what adventure would be complete
it's on the tip of my tongue
without the Rescue Rangers?
Hear
So
that? Well, we already had this revealed.
Azurite Sea. Now, this time around, we're doing something a little different with our gift set. We're doing the Stitch Collector's Gift Set. I'll give you one guess as to the theme. That is right. It is an entirely Stitch-themed set. You get a portfolio that has the art. Every piece of art that Stitch has appeared on Lorcana is going to be on that portfolio. You get 4 Azurite Sea booster packs. You also get a special foil promo, Stitch Alien Buccaneer, only available in that set.
I prefer this to the giant cards, personally.
Who knows what treasures lie within? And speaking of treasures, we have our treasure troves, a term that makes a lot more sense now in a pirate-themed set. We have our single-player decks, which you can just pull right off the shelf and play. A lot of fun there. Now, all these I had to show you kind of visually because we're filming this at a time when those don't exist yet. But what I do have to show you right over here are the accessories. You may remember that starting with Shimmering Skies, we decided that we're going to use art from any set we wanted to for the accessories. And we've continued that here with Azurite Sea. So first off, we've got these wonderful Scar sleeves. This is that enchanted card from Shimmering Skies. Wonderful piece. And a quick Scar story, if I might. Now, before the game launched, I went to New York Toy Fair, and I was talking to some folks, and I had just a deck of cards, and I was kind of shuffling while I was talking, and I put the deck down on this kind of raised table that we were standing next to, and a card falls off the top, and that card happened to be Mufasa. Falls right down. And I turn over the next card, and it was Scar. And no one believes me. But there was a lady there. I said, "Did you see that?" She said, "Yes, I saw that." No one believes me that it happened.
I understood that reference.
Push that card. You can't tell me otherwise.
Rip James L.
Anyway,
Jones,
so
by the
we've
way.
got this awesome set here. We've got the sleeves. We've got the matching deck box there.
Yeah, I'm going to need them.
Many of you also may know that sometimes I like to abuse my power to get certain cool things to happen. But in this case, I didn't need to because everyone loves the Honey Wizard. So we finally have Honey Wizard sleeves, the Honey Wizard deck box.
Those have been
I'm pretty sure that all my decks now are going to be in this deck box. It's going to be very confusing for me, but that's fine.
I've never bothered buying the deck boxes or sleeves. They're cool, but I've just never bothered. But I will get those Scar ones. And then, yeah, these pictures were revealed.
Spirit. Let's look at that beautiful
teasers for them anyway. Yeah, that's cool.
And in accordance with the theme of Azurite Sea, we of course had to use Donald Duck Buccaneer.
Of course.
Well, since the last time I saw you, we've had a ton of great events, and our team has just been everywhere. We had Gen Con, and that's where we celebrated the first anniversary of Disney Lorcana. It was the first place you could get that really great gold pin. We had a ton of events for our Lumineers out there. We even had a Lumineers Quest room where folks could come in and try their hand against Ursula. And then we went to California for D23. We kicked
I want to go
by going to the Angels baseball game. We showed a lot of folks Gateway, and we handed out a bunch of cool stuff.
Lorcana Goons was involved with that.
Not only were we teaching Lorcana with Gateway, people also learned about Chronicles of Light, which is our new Disney game, and also, of course, Villainous. And the booth itself was really fun. There were tons of people there. I just love coming out and shaking hands and taking pictures and signing cards. It was super fun. We had a ton of folks there. We were selling that really cool D23 collection. In addition to all sorts of other fun stuff, we had Shimmering Skies there for its launch day. I got to go to Downtown Disney and because we were also selling it there, and that was really fun because I handed out some pins and I met a lot of folks there. We of course did the D23 panel where we had many great announcements for the future of Lorcana. And if you couldn't make the panel, don't worry. I'm about to go over some of the highlights right now. Now at this panel, we wanted to let people know that we have got some exciting plans for the future of Lorcana, and that of course involves some new stories and new heroes coming to the game. Now, Lorcana is of course the realm of all stories, from the popular to the lesser known. So next year, you're going to get Black Cauldron Glimmers. In 2026, a favorite princess enters play. Finally, Pocahontas.
Colors of the Wind needs to be broken.
More can join your team of Glimmers for exciting new quests. And one of the most often asked questions we get about who's coming to the game can finally be answered, because we are thrilled to announce that Pixar will be coming to Disney Lorcana in the next few years.
Toy Story, please.
So that's a lot about the future of Lorcana, but I do want to take a look back at the first year, and I have to say it has been a wonderful year. We have been so honored to be a part of something that has created such a wonderful community, that has created so many smiles, so many relationships, so many connections. And we just wanted to take a quick look back.
Cool. Cool if we could see some like community faces, players and stuff, like footage they've taken for out of events and stuff like that. The world of wonder beckons. Welcome to Disney Lorcana. More information is coming your way on September 9th, the start of D23 Expo. Ah, yes. The gamer, shout out to the gamer.
I'm very excited for this. This is the first ever Lorecast, is what they're calling it.
Bruno?
Hey!
Instead of playing against your friends and family, you are now playing with them. It is a cooperative experience where you will team together to defeat the Ursula Glimmer and save Lorcana itself.
Shout out to Messi.
Jesus. Yeah, cool thing.
Oh my god!
Oh, I'm so glad they took the time to include footage like that. Like that's like it shows that they do have their eye and their ears on the community. I mean, I know they do, but it's good to show it. Mate, I want to go to that room. I did not know that existed. I need to go to the entangled room. Yeah, this is sick. I need that Mickey Mouse so much. Super cool. That was cool. Nice video.
We've got some exciting events coming up that I want to tell you all the details about. The European Championship
us.
will be at Disneyland Paris Resort in December of 2024.
Okay.
And I will see you there. I'll also see you at the North American
he's
Championships
going,
in the
nice.
Disneyland Hotel at the Disneyland Resort in California in January 2025. And of course, everything culminates in the World Championships in 2025. And where else would it be? The Walt Disney World Resort. Now, one thing we talked about at the D23 panel, but I wanted to give it kind of its own space here at the Lorecast, is Disney Lorcana Quest. Now, Lorcana Quest is another way to Lorcana. We already have our challenge events, and those focus more on the competitive play aspect, whereas Disney Lorcana Quest focuses on the social aspect of playing. And so you might be playing like in a big multiplayer game, you might play other ways, or you might not play the game at all. Maybe it's about dressing up as your favorite Glimmer. Maybe it's about trading and collecting with other Lumineers. Lorcana Quest events just give you another way to have fun with Lorcana. And one of my favorite things about Lorcana is the fact that we are going wider and wider to reaching more places in the world, truly trying to go global. It's really exciting. I just got back from Shanghai a few weeks ago, and I want to say shay to the wonderful people I met out there. We went to China Joy. Lots of people learned about the game. They learned how to play. It was super fun. I had some great food and just some really great times. Steve Warner, my co-designer, he actually just got back from Tokyo, and I'm pretty sure he's more Wagyu than man now. But he had a wonderful time as well, and he would like to say arigato gozaimasu to the wonderful people of Japan. We are, of course, launching there.
I need me some Japanese play sets and some stuff.
Very exciting.
I've seen the Be Prepared
part
card.
of the Lorecast where I show you a bunch of cards from the set.
Please do.
That are Ryan-sized, and I can't do that because, as many of you pointed out, they weren't big enough. So instead of showing you Ryan-sized cards, I'm going to show you Ryan-sized cards. Before I do that, though, I want to say hi to my friend Edgar Paston, who is also one of the art directors for Disney Lorcana.
Oh,
man.
Hello, Edgar.
Good to be here.
It's good to have you, man.
Nice shirt.
It's true. Edgar, how long have you been an art director with us now?
It's true.
A little over 3 years.
Oh, that's outstanding. So yeah, pretty much from the beginning almost, right? Like,
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay, and then of course you worked on this set as well. And
Yeah, I got to be set lead on this one this time around, so it was a lot of fun.
and what is set lead? What does that mean from an art director standpoint?
Really, it just means that we get to decide on what the look and how the physics work on things, and which we'll get into a little bit.
Nice.
Well, I do have some cards I want to show off here. You play with your sons too, right?
I do. I have 2 sons, and my older boy is a great player. He gets into it. You know, he's learning. He's learning.
No,
He's
I
at
met him
that
down at
stage.
D23 when we had some games together. He was amazing. All right. So let's start off now. Big Hero 6 is, of course, one of the big franchises that are making their entrance here with Azurite Sea. So let's start off with the man himself.
I must admit, I don't know Big Hero 6.
He is a 3-cost inkable, 0 strength, 4 willpower, 2
Oh, cool.
lore.
If you have an inventor in play.
His name is Baymax Personal Healthcare Companion. Which
Do we have any
I like
one-cost
the
inventors?
formality there. It's kind of nice. Ability fully charged. If you have an inventor character in play, you pay 1 less ink to play this character, and you said ow. For 2 ink, remove up to 1 damage from another chosen character.
I mean, 2 lore is
the art is
2
beautiful,
lore,
right?
0 4.
The fact
Probably a
that
bit too
the
expensive
flavor
unless
text, like you
we
said,
have.
that's
I know we
so
have
cool to me
inventors,
that
but
they
not
tie
sure what
all
the
of that
cheapest
stuff
ones are.
together. But
It's one of my favorite things. Like when we first were coming up with the game, we knew we wanted to have as much theme on the cards as possible. And of course, there's what we would call flavor text, which is usually at the bottom, kind of in italicized text here. But we also what we call ability names, and these are just always kind of like to the character here, and we just want to help them convey like what's happening on the card and stuff. But it's another way too to get some really fun theme out of the cards.
to help you.
There's
tie
a
into
mini.
all
Yeah,
that stuff.
yeah.
It's a 1-cost
All right.
inventor.
Now this one
From set
well,
5,
so
quick
if you
thinking
have
inventor.
an
She's
inventor character
uninkable.
in play. Well, what do we have? Perhaps
And
Hero
then it's got the
Hamada.
3
There we
cost
go. Hero
spell.
Hamada.
Oh,
It's a great next card.
Hero Mahada. Yeah, I don't know this film.
3-cost
Hamada.
inkable.
Robotics
Hero
Prodigy.
Hamada, Robotics Prodigy. 0 strength, 3 willpower, 1 lore. Has the ability Sweet Tech. Exert and pay 2 ink.
Robot
Search your
character.
deck for an item card or
Okay.
a robot character card and reveal to all players. Shuffle your deck and put that card on top of it. And at the bottom it says a couple more tweaks. And I've just about
Anything that just allows you to search the
Glad you read
deck.
all of that, 'cause I
I think it's pretty good.
people ask me at conventions all the time, like, can you clarify it? And I'm like, probably not.
Yeah, I mean, find your dime at the right time.
Yeah, I can
And,
tell
like,
you
you're not
what
going to
it's
really
like.
care about the 2 ink. You
Yeah,
should have
for
enough
this
if you're a
one-
ramp
this
deck.
one was
Also,
a bit tough.
potentially allows deck building where you
Oh,
can play
interesting.
like
Sure,
more
sure.
one-offs
I mean, it's
if you have a high count of these, and you can search out the one you need at the right time. So it's an interesting
like
ability.
reflecting the screen on this side, but kind of differently on this side.
Finding the right balance too, because there's only so much volume that you can,
Sure.
can add.
I know about hair volume and lack thereof. But what I think what's interesting is that our art, on the card is, this it's so tiny, but the amount of detail that goes into the art is really amazing. If you really look at all the things on his desk, everything, and that's one of the things I love about
It's good.
the
Again,
game.
I don't know the character, I don't know the scene, I don't know the film. I've heard of it, I've never actually seen it, but yeah, Lorcana art just always smacks. I'm realizing I got like massively red cheeks. It's because I realized that I hadn't had a groom for ages before I sat down to record this, and then I quickly did it with the razor. Honey Lemon. Don't know you either. I'm guessing Big Hero 6.
Cost inkable, 1 strength, 1 willpower, 2 lore. The ability, here's the best part. When you play this character, you may pay 2 ink to have each opponent choose and discard a card.
Not a bad ability. Again, you can't have it online until turn 4.
Oh, look at that.
It's not, exactly.
Stress it 2
we were
at
talking
least.
about detail earlier.
Seems
and
okay.
Not only
Probably not
does
good
the
enough.
Artists have
Without
that,
a
but our
Bloodborne
art
or something.
directors who are amazing, by the way, and I'm not counting myself. But
Well, you should.
The art directors that are involved in these pieces, Aris, who did this piece, and the art directors are really looking at those details and really wanting to infuse a lot of that movie magic into these pieces.
No,
Oh, she's an
it's
inventor.
so much fun. It's so much
There you
fun.
go.
Yeah, and you're going to love this, as the flavor text kind of tickles me, because when you play her, your opponents are not going to love this at all. They're going to have to but it's kind of neat too, because you these types of cards, and this is clear, this is not the first set that does this, but these types of characters that you can pay an additional cost when you play them, I think came out of Shimmering Skies for the first time. They had a really nice strategic choice, right? And that's something that Emerald is really known for, is kind of choosing, being flexible and that sort of thing. And so this idea of do I play her for 2 ink just because I need a character out, and 2 lore is pretty tempting, or do I wait till I have 4 ink to really get all the effect out of her? And that can be pretty interesting,
Because
it
nicely
turns
with
what is
Bridge
normally
John as well.
she costs 2, might be an early
Which is
game
pretty
play. But if you draw her late game, you're not really sad, right? Normally you might be sad late game to draw a 2-cost card because you're like, man, I really need something that's heavy hitter.
Probably not.
But this
Normally
one,
just rather
can
play
still have that late game effect. So I think that's a nice.
the Friar
that's
Tuck.
That's a fun mechanic. All right.
But at least this is a character you can put down for 2 when you want to, if you
We
just
have
need
Fred.
the quest for 2.
Mascot by day.
What on earth?
His face in this piece.
Okay, I'm gonna have to watch this film.
Yeah.
So it is a 1-cost inkable,
Whenever it's
1
challenge
strength,
gain
1
2
willpower,
lore.
1 lore.
Interesting.
And his ability,
Boost
how
its
cool
willpower.
is that? Whenever this character is
And then it just
challenged,
gets
gain
removed by
2 lore, he
CC
says,
Brawl,
but by
CC.
night,
Medusa,
I am
whatever.
also a school mascot.
So they're right at the beginning of the
Such a
game.
fun- But his face, I just
Representing
I
3
adore
lore,
this
in
art.
theory.
It's super
And we
fun.
thought it was
Like, quest
hilarious to
1,
have
you
him
get
doing the
challenged,
same
you gain
thing,
2 lore.
it's such
Yeah,
a,
actually.
that's how you meet him in the movie. So
It's
yeah.
super fun.
Bad for
A lot of really cool
actually
stuff
racing
going on
though.
in this one.
Like if your opponent isn't
right,
incentivized
coming up now.
to be
Being
challenging
more
you,
cost-
then you are
almost
just a
done
quest for
with
1/1/1.
The Big Hero 6 ones, but we have a legendary Big Hero 6 coming up.
But yeah,
so-
as like a 1-drop.
But next up we have
Interesting.
Wasabi. Methodical Engineer is a 4-cost
cool art.
inkable, 3 strength, 3 willpower,
Love the
1
background,
lore,
the ships.
2 abilities now. First one is Blades of Fury. When you play this character, you may banish
Ooh.
chosen item. Its player gains 1 lore. And quick reflexes.
That's
During your turn, this
interesting.
character gains evasive.
Would you rather do that than Judy
First here
Hopps?
is-
I mean, Judy Hopps are 3
is,
cost. That makes a
is
big
Blade
difference.
there to
But
break some chains?
yeah,
Is there
I
a
think
story
so. I
behind
think
the
I'd
chains?
like a lot of the time I'd rather them gain a lore than draw a card.
You're going to be seeing. We always have
But
this
again,
narrative.
4 cost.
Yeah.
Kind of always broken out in between the cards, and that's part of the narrative that you're going to be discovering.
So it's for us to
along with
figure
those
out.
cards.
Yeah, it's for us to figure out. I love that.
I won't give too much detail, but it is part of a short narrative.
And these are kind of fun abilities here too. Like this one is like, sure, I'll probably use it on my opponent to get rid of an item that I don't want them to have.
Yeah.
But in
Yeah, and again, the same flexibility that Judy Hopps offers, where you can banish your own item to draw a card. Like, if this one lore gets you the game, then that's pretty cool as well. But yeah, none of those characters are much sentiment to me because I don't know the film, but that art on the last one was very cool. But yeah, this character is the most recognizable.
The ability, the treatment is working. When you play this character and whenever he
Ooh.
quests, you may remove up to 2 damage from another chosen character of yours. Gain 1 lore for each 1 damage removed this way. This is a fun piece of art right now.
That is pretty fun.
Good way to swing the.
Cool ability, probably too slow.
Well, and this is also,
and
going
too
along with the theme
strength.
that started, I believe, in Shimmering
Sorry, I
Skies, or
know
was it
people
before
don't
that,
like-
where the art for the legendary
Dies the Medusa, but
breaks
this
the border in
dies
certain
to
key
half the
places. I think
meta.
it's a really fun detail there.
Yeah, we've had a lot of fun playing around with how we do that,
cool
and how
card.
far we go, and we're starting to get into the groove here.
Yeah,
And again,
no,
like-
it looks amazing.
How
Play
we're
it
breaking
on
that plane.
And it's like
4.
subtle, but it's really effective, I think, especially with like
the
brighter
ramping.
effects like this. And then you've got these interesting little things here. Can you tell us about those, or are those still secret?
No, not secret at all. I think those are the ink runner
Yeah,
ships.
cool
And
art.
Runner
those
ships, okay.
happen to be native to the world of Lorcana, and you're
Nice.
going to see a lot more of those and a lot of different versions of that same ship.
Right, so these are how like Illumineers and their glimmers might like traverse large distances inside
For those that
of
don't
Lorcana.
fly on their own, I would say, right?
Right.
Because they
Like
have the
Baymax.
luxury of
If they
They
don't
have the
show it
luxury of
again
those
before the end of
but
this,
yeah,
we'll have to
we
go back and watch that
some,
trailer
some
again
very
and
cool little ink
break it
runners
down a
coming in.
little, because there were a couple of glimmers that we
You guys
saw
get to see
that
a couple
they always show you.
Okay,
The glimmers they
now
show you always end
moving
up being
on
new
to
cards.
Rescue Rangers.
My childhood.
My
Yeah,
teenage
interesting
years?
set
I
of
don't know,
cards.
I'm an old man. I don't know. Anyway, but of course,
The one that
we
makes
have
them
Chip,
discard is probably
Ranger
the most
Leader,
interesting.
starting off. This
Chip and
part
Dale, of course,
the
I
card
know.
reveals He is a 4-cost inkable, 3 strength, 4 willpower,
Gains
2
support
lore,
with Dale
has
in
ability
play.
to
That's a
value
bit
friendship.
underwhelming for me
Yeah.
personally. Great art.
While you have
Adore
a
the
character
art.
named Dale in play, this character gains support.
Yeah, this is just one
Unless
of the
Dale
many cards that
has
we
an
like
ability,
to
like maybe like
have
Pain and Panic,
simply,
where
crossing
if
those cards.
Dale
This is
has
actually
a
pretty
certain
because
strength,
not only does the art connect, but
then there's an
it's
ability.
like the-
that
Yeah,
could
the
be a
mechanics
thing,
like
or he
that
gets
game
more lore.
So cool,
He ends
yeah.
up, he wants that Dale out.
That could be cool.
Beautiful card by
I'm
far.
sure we'll find out soon.
Yeah, no,
But yeah, I love the art.
Lots of detail.
First time I went to Disneyland when I was
Now, speaking
6 or
of,
7 years
you have
old,
the
we
art you were talking
stayed
about,
in
we have Dale.
the Chippendales
This
Rescue
Dale,
Ranger
Mischievous Ranger.
camp.
Just
Here's Dale.
Just-
Can you play this character?
He is a
Something
4-cost
like that.
inkable, 3 strength,
Okay.
4 willpower, 1 lore with the ability Nuts About Pranks. Well, when you play this character, you may put the top
Nuts
3
About
cards
Pranks.
of your deck into your discard to give chosen character -3 strength until the start of your next turn. And this is cool 'cause
Okay.
they're both on there. Chip and Dale are
That's
both on the,
actually
in the art here.
super
and I love that
interesting.
he's dropping acorn bombs.
Or 3 specifically.
Cool.
Right?
Oh,
Because-
sure.
Yeah, because that ties. Yep.
So he drops 3 acorns on whoever you want to challenge, and they lose strength because they're like. ducking
Yeah, that's
ahead of it.
super
I
interesting.
love that
Both those
story of
effects
the
are
card.
pretty
It's super
cool.
fun.
Especially in Amber, like this -3 to get things into range of things like
Because we're also-
if you're playing
Yeah, you guys
Amber
play
Emerald,
Amber,
like
yeah,
Under
this
the
is-
Sea,
yeah,
the
you love
Muses,
Chippendale, like, the Rescue Rangers, outstanding.
things like that. That's really good synergy. And just putting the top 3 cards of your deck into the discard is not an
Yeah,
effect we have on a lot of cards, and
She's a 6-cost
opens
inkable,
up potential
3
synergies.
strength, 6 willpower, 3 lore. She is the Brilliant Bosun,
Okay,
she
Inventor's
has
getting some
shift
support
4,
this set.
and
You
her
love it.
ability Mechanically Savvy. While you have 3 or more items in play, you pay 1 ink less to play Inventor characters. This is like you can. I'm sure a lot of you
Okay.
are already going, Inventor deck.
Yeah.
I'm going to build the Inventor deck. But we see another. We see another ink
Shift
runner there.
4,
That's really
6
cool.
cost.
Kinda
I
like
don't
standing.
think it's
I love
hugely
that.
relevant right now,
Classic
but again, the
gadget
more
pose
6
right there, thumbs
good
up.
6-cost songs
It's
we
super
get, the
cute.
better.
Adorable.
The
That's
goggles
relevant.
and the
Question for
ears
3 is
popping out like an
nice.
eyepiece. It's just.
You don't care so
And
much
as a
that you
bonus,
got a
we got to
Medusa
learn a
because
new
you
word
shift
here.
and then
I didn't know
immediately
what
quest or
boson meant.
something.
Oh sure, yeah.
Um,
It's a-
It's like
yeah,
expert,
if the rest of the Inventor
well,
stuff is
it's a
good
ship's
enough,
crew.
It's a-
It's-
yeah,
yeah,
and
it's a
there's
ship's
reasons to
crew.
play
They have a
them,
whistle.
then
A
she's
bosun's whistle.
interesting.
There you go.
Yeah, and
I
that's
did not know that.
that's yeah. They have a special whistle.
definitely a good fun deck straight
Other than
away.
that, I'm not sure what they do.
Like they're supposed to be like a specialized person
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the ship, but
That's what lots of people watching going, okay, guys. Ryan said he was an Age of Sail nerd. Yeah, okay. well,
you guys
there.
make us smarter with these little details.
Oh my! I like that we have little screws and nuts for scale too. That's kind of fun too. Okay.
It definitely helps with a small
Yeah, that's
character
cool.
like her not look gigantic.
Right. All right. Wrapping up our reveals for Rescue Rangers, we have Rescue Rangers Away. This is a 2-cost inkable action. And it says count the number of characters you have in play. Chosen
Interesting.
character loses strength equal to that number until the start of your next turn.
Yep,
And this
interesting.
one is just
Probably
a lot
not good
going
enough.
on in that.
Yes, yeah.
Love the
this
art,
is like
though. That's
instant nostalgia
incredible.
for folks that were there during that time, right? Like this is your Friday afternoon.
Oh, it's amazing. I love it.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
Mariana
that
is
art's
one
super
of
good.
just one of the many very super
Maybe if
talented
actions
artists
in
that
themselves
work on this, and
become
she is
good enough.
amazing. She has.
Well,
a
obviously,
lot of
there's already a
love
lot of characters
Rescue Rangers,
synergize well
she-
with
think
right
that-
songs
around that
and
time
items.
for-
It's pretty
There's
clear,
some
too.
action
I mean,
synergy,
the
but
detail
none of
here
it's
and
really good enough.
just amazing.
Yet.
What I think is interesting from a gameplay
Yet.
standpoint here is that normally any card that reduces a character's strength only does it the turn you play it. This one extends until
Yeah.
your next turn. So this means that not only can you challenge that character on the turn you play this and not get any or get less
Yeah,
damage,
that's
Yeah,
cool.
on there.
Similar
but on
to
their
things like
turn they won't
Keto.
want to challenge with it. So you might use it that
But
way.
I
too,
would
saying,
just
well,
rather
that-
play
that
Keto.
character has high strength, I'm going to reduce it so that I'm at less risk. I'm going to quest with a bunch of my guys or something
Nice.
like that. So yeah, that's a pretty
But yeah,
interesting
great art.
take on the strength reduction mechanic there. All
Right,
right,
that's
so
the last
next we've got a
Rescue
couple
Ranger.
of Stitch cards.
Stitch, all right,
Starting
cool.
off with the first location reveal, and
crowd
it is the Galactic Council Chamber, which I think is the only way I could say that's such a fantastic name. It is a 3-cost inkable. It has 7 willpower and a move cost of 1 and 1 lore. And the ability
Sick art.
Federation
Absolutely
Decree, while you
amazing.
have an alien or robot character here.
So
this
show us some
location
robots.
challenge.
And doesn't mean are we getting
So
some
is
more
there, you know,
alien
what is
support?
it- What are the differences between doing like a
There's got to be
an
some more Treasure
action or a
Planet
character
cards in
card
this set,
versus
right?
like, I mean, obviously the difference of aspect ratio, but
Yeah.
are there other differences?
Well, I would say the focus is definitely
Oh,
different,
okay.
right? You're gonna pan out a lot more in order to capture the grandeur
sure,
of
sure.
the location. This one specifically was one of our very first challenges because the whole point of this set is that you're out to sea. Right?
Oh,
You're out
sure,
on
yeah.
this- on this
Yeah,
really
yeah.
weird area, but then you have some locations, right?
Right.
So instead of just doing,
Yeah,
I
cool.
think we could have gone the route of like, let's just do an island, right?
Right, right.
They're all on an island.
Yeah.
We figured like this is so big and it's like it would be so cool to have that whirlpool in the center.
Yeah, so these locations are spawned in the middle of the sea because that's where our characters are and point of story. Love it. I love it. So love the narrative.
Yeah, yeah.
Like these big.
I was hoping we'd get a little bit more from the story from that trailer. Trailer was cool, but like obviously tells us that they're in the middle of the sea. But I don't know. I was hoping for a bit more
it's
towards
got some
like
steel,
the big villain and like the
steel
plot
and
of this
silver.
one.
I also
Obviously, we
love,
know there's something wrong with the
stitch
Illuminary and
yeah,
things are
like
falling out of
in the
it.
glass there. That's really
He's such a crowd favorite. Like, I don't know.
Basically, I just want them to confirm for me that Jafar is the big bad.
Add him in there, make
That is what I desire.
More Stitch.
We're kind of
Poor Stitch. All right. Well, speaking of Stitch, I have another action card, but it's got some delightful Stitch art. It is Hot
Yes.
Potato.
Hot
everybody.
potato.
It is a 3-cost inkable action, and the abilities choose one: either deal 2 damage to chosen character or banish chosen item.
So,
And it
a
says,
baboon
"This
for
is
one
not
more."
Going to end well.
Right.
But
and
you
you
can also
almost
banish an
hear his
item.
voice in this, right? Like, he's kind of tossing it. And...
That's kind of
It's bizarre.
interesting.
What is this? It's
Diverse.
like carrot
Is 3
ray
cost
gun
just too
thing with-
expensive?
he's got a ray gun and
Like
he's
knowing
got
that
the
you can
carrot
have
in it,
either
he's
2
throwing it.
cost
Like,
baboon
it's
or
about
1
to
cost
explode,
uninkable
right?
fire the
Stuff the
cannons.
carrot in there and it's like-
Not to mention that you
And
can
then, like,
have
pulls the trigger.
Benja, who
Yeah.
is a 3 cost and has the
And then, of
banished
course,
chosen item
you know, told
on the
to
body.
by the ability itself, which
So
is, you know,
is
like,
this
either
just a
throw it
tad
up
too
or
expensive,
just
or does that
throw it at an item and
diversity
it'll blow it up? That is
make it
super
work?
fun.
Let me know in the comments.
Oh,
Let
yeah.
me know
I
what you
see
think.
these images and how they're paired with
Certainly an
with
interesting one.
the mechanic and or the flavor text. I feel like, man, I owe these guys dinner or something.
Yeah, right,
because
that's
they do
amazing.
such a wonderful job tying it all together.
And it's not easy. There's so, you know, especially like some abilities like this could feel. Now this one I think is close because it looks like you're throwing a thing, but it's not always clear. Like to
Right.
tell the story of of what the card is doing in the game. And so to be able to bridge it, I think this is a really good example. I also really like the detail that since this is glowing, he's got on his face. You can
glow,
see the glow on his hand and his face there.
Did you notice the starfish though?
What?
This,
Where's the starfish? Oh, right back there. That's awesome. I
and
love
you know,
that.
kind of going back to what we were talking about, the weird physics. You look in the back; those are not mountains. That's meant to be the water rising.
Oh,
and
right,
kinda
like the
doing these
maze.
Weird, yeah.
Yes. Oh,
I
that's
bet,
very
yeah, the
cool.
maze
Oh, that's
itself
awesome.
has got to be
and
a
now
location.
we talked
I
about it
would
earlier,
imagine.
but here it is. Stitch, Alien
Oh.
Buccaneer.
Yes. Yes.
He is a 4-cost uninkable card. He has 3 strength, 4
Ooh.
willpower, 2 lore, shift 3, and ability ready
That's
for action.
pretty cool.
When you play this character, if you use shift to play
You have
him,
to
you may
shift.
put an action card from your discard on top of your deck.
But again, shift 3.
And once again, we have a lot going on in this piece
So
as
much.
well.
And again, this is a
So much.
card like
Yeah,
that card that we looked at long ago
as
that sends the
just
top
kind
3
of-
cards of your deck to the
let's just get the
discard.
artwork in there and
Put
then
them all in the
turn into
discard
this
and then
just epic
fishing out
piece.
what you need with
And this
cards
opened
like
our
this.
eyes because Christian, who is
future
the
of
artist on
Lorcana, I'm
this,
telling
is
you.
now doing a lot of
And that's not a
VizDev
bad
work
thing.
for us.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
And what's VizDev work?
So VizDev meaning all of the stuff where we as set leads create the world that they're
Oh,
that the
development.
characters
Oh, it's
are-
visual
yeah,
development.
visual
I see.
development,
Okay, yeah.
It's our fancy.
Oh, so it's like
Fancy
blue sky, like kind of exploring what things might look.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
so, man, what a fun job that must be.
yeah, it is. It is a lot of fun for these guys, and I mean the amount of detail that he puts into it.
Yeah, that's great.
Pretty much any of the costumes that you see that are non-canon, and we're exploring these things. He goes in and does a lot of detail and a lot of background. He'll do research and he
Oh, man.
actually like
That's so
goes
cool.
way deep. I mean, look at Scrump. He
Yeah.
has a little eye patch. The fact that he
That
has
is
an
cute.
eye patch too, and that he's in there.
Yar.
It's just
Yeah, that's
it's packed with
first
so
class
much-
art.
you got the chest hair
That
coming
probably
out.
should have been on a plate. It still might. They're
it's
in a habit
it's
now
almost
of
like
doing
a
it
cover of a
from
novel.
previous
What I like is his
quite regularly.
blasters have been kind of piratized or whatever. Like it totally looks
Well,
like
it's plasma
it says
blaster,
blaster
bro.
clearly, but it looks like you might find it on a ship as well. And then
yeah.
wooden swords.
Good point.
That's really interesting. It's got wooden
he's
swords.
spicy, but
Yeah,
you know,
great
not,
art.
you know, not
They are always
not
knocks it out of the
regular
park.
Metal blade kind
Like-
of spicy. But yeah, he's awesome, and he has a lot of detail built into every piece. Like even the sash. If you notice the sash, the little detail we threw in there.
yeah! Oh my God, the flowers on
That
the
is
sash.
Lilo's. That's meant to
so
look like
cool.
Lilo's dress. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Oh, and then you got some seagulls there. Oh,
Yeah.
really cool. Oh,
Yeah,
and
that's
some ink
beautiful.
runners in the
Yeah,
back
some
too. Oh,
Different
there.
style ink runners. Yeah.
So it's kind of good. They're like we can zoom in on them so we can see all this stuff. All right, so now we just got a bunch more cards from a bunch of different franchises, and we're gonna start with Alice in Wonderland.
Oh,
We
come
got
on!
the
Mad Hat's Teapot, let's go!
This is a 2-cost inkable item. It has the ability no room,
opponent puts
exert
the
and
top
pay
card of the
ink.
deck
Each
into the
opponent puts the
discard.
top card of their deck
Oh.
into their discard. And the flavor text says, Alice says, my goodness, the tea missed the cup. And Mad Hatter says, no, my dear, the cup missed the tea.
Right.
Which I really enjoy. And
That's
there's actually a little thing, I don't know
interesting.
many people know this.
Yeah, I
but,
love Alice in Wonderland, by the
some of
way.
the
Like,
stuff,
I have a whole
some of
tattoo
the
sleeve
flavor text is
of
from
Alice in
the show
Wonderland.
itself. Some
Mad
is
Hatter
written
is
by our
hilarious.
wonderful
There's
narrative
the hat.
team.
Yes.
But there's a hidden part of the card that actually tells you where it's from. So this line right here, if it looks like a pen like this, then it was written by our narrative team. Sometimes it looks like an open book, and that means it came straight from the story itself.
Oh, I've
now,
never
sometimes
noticed
you
that.
see a little musical sign, and that is when it is a lyric.
Comes from a song, yeah.
A song.
Oh,
so
cool.
It's just a fun
I've never
little
noticed
detail.
that.
It's been out since day one. So go back and look at your cards. You'll see.
I've
Some of
never
those you'll
noticed
see a
that,
little book there,
genuinely.
and that means it came straight from the movie. Sometimes you'll see this, and it came straight from the minds
Cool.
of our
Very
narrative
cool.
team.
Yeah. We're big on iconography, and I think that helps, right? Like,
But
It's
yeah,
kind of,
like,
speaking of that, I mean, it's kind of
Amethyst
how much
having, like, a
information
meal
you all have been
package.
able to put on the faces
But
of the
again,
cards in a way that isn't like.
If there are more cards similar to
overwhelming.
that one we just looked
So
at
that's
I
that
appreciate that.
pulls items out, and again, we've got Tamatoa that does that.
So
We're gonna get more and more cards that just like fish certain things out the discard, and
Very
then
pretty,
these sort of
yeah, this
effects
is fun. You see the
become
magic kind of
like very playable.
making the tea dodge the cup, and or making the cup dodge the tea. It's really hard to say based on what the Mad Hatter thinks. All right. Okay, next up we have
More Wonderland.
Sisu in her element.
Okay.
She is a 5-cost inkable, 3 strength, 6 willpower, 2 lore. She has Challenger +2, and the quote, I'm a water dragon, this is water. It's sort of my thing.
Yeah, fair enough.
Again, and see, look, you
Good
can see
art.
the book there means that's straight from the source, right?
This will be great in
Oh,
draft.
Sisu's always
and
a delight.
sealed.
Like you guys always
Colors.
knock out. She's got such splendid colors, and oh man, this is such a beautiful piece. There, I love the tiny detail on the tail. I mean, down at card size, it's going to be really tough to see, I think, but it's really neat. All the stripes. Yeah, this is a fun one.
yeah, but when you
Yeah,
have
beautiful.
it like this, and hopefully on other products later down the line, like you're gonna be able to really appreciate those details. But
Other products down the
my
line.
favorite is like
Art book
how she's
confirmed?
working on the drop
Give me an
down,
art book.
right? And
Oh, I
I
see.
want
yeah.
an art book.
Oh, that's
emphasizing that
super
work,
cool.
yeah.
Oh, I love
Posters.
that. Oh yeah.
So she's
And I
not surfing. She's
No, she's-
walking on. You know, she's walking on.
Like at
water,
Lorcana
and
Worlds,
it's
I want like
the wall.
essentially a Pokemon Center. Like equivalent of a Pokemon. If you've ever been to a Pokemon Center at an event,
You're gonna probably
or in
get
Japan
two
or whatever,
if not
I want that variety
and so
of
she's-
Lorcana-based
yeah,
products.
Quite formidable.
Yeah.
All right, one of my favorite enemies, creatures. I don't know what you call them. They're called Kakamura. Moana is one of my favorite movies
Boarding
of all time,
party.
and these tiny creatures are just hilarious because they're cute
Ooh,
and
it's uninkable.
also threatening, like cute and creepy,
Yeah.
or cute and scary. I'm not sure how to describe it.
right.
Hitting 5
so we
on
have a
turn
4-cost uninkable.
You probably always
This
trade.
is Kakamura Boarding Party, 5 strength, 2 willpower,
Mm.
1 lore. They have rush and the quote, Moana. Do you think they saw us? Maui, they saw us.
I mean, hey, if it ever
jumping
becomes
into
relevant
action.
to
Now, I
hit
suspect you've had to do a lot
5
of Kakamura for
on
this
turn
set.
4.
Yes.
Was there kind of a deep dive into the Kakamura?
we
Yes, yeah, and that was a
3-cost
whole,
character with 5
basically a
willpower.
whole lesson that we had to
Because
have.
none of them
Does
are
something
the same,
stupid,
right?
quest for a lot, or just a really broken ability
very
that's like just got to be removed.
Yeah,
Again,
there's
this
one
isn't a card that immediately jumps to mind as something that we need, but all it takes is a certain other character who has just got to go at the right turn, and then like a character with like this that can rush with hitting for 5 could at some point become relevant. So I don't have any immediate hopes, but something to keep in mind.
And of course, on screen, it was so effective to see all the different Kakamura at the same time.
And you see different shapes, sizes.
Yeah. It was amazing. Okay, and now next up we have Tigger in the Crow's Nest.
Oh,
Winnie the Pooh character.
Yes.
That is amazing.
I've always been a fan, and of course Tigger's a lot of fun. He is a 3-cost inkable character, 0 strength, 4 willpower.
Finally getting the rest of the Winnie the Pooh as pirates. Called it.
Whenever you play an action, this character gets +1 strength and +1 lore this turn. This set is amazing because in almost in every piece,
love the
there's just
art.
a lot, right?
Absolutely
there's just a lot
adore
of
it.
action
That's so
and,
cool.
It's really cool.
And that speaks a lot to the shape language that we're building into all of
I'm
these,
very much a
right?
Tigger
See
fan
shape language a
from
lot.
the
Like
Winnie the Pooh
Unpack
series.
that a bit. So what do you mean
Tigger
by
the
shape
Eel.
language?
So each
I mean, who doesn't
ink
love
has
Eel?
a different
But
shape
yeah,
language.
Tigger.
Oh, okay, sure.
Where
That is
we're
incredible.
discussing, like for instance here, Tigger is meant to be Ruby. He's not a shy character, right? He's an adventurer. He's out
brash.
there. Yeah, he's very brash. Yeah, these are the types of characters that will jump
Courage.
into action first and ask questions later. So when you look at these cards, you're going to see a little flair of that side of the character. And then also we're building in a lot of different sharp angles, right? Because it's Ruby.
Oh, sure,
Ruby's
like
meant to be
the
sharp.
symbol. It's got
Yeah.
those sharp angles.
Yeah,
Okay,
and if you look at the ink bar, you see a lot of the zigzags that are built into that. You'll see that echoed into not only the way that the rope is kind of swaying around, which I mean, brilliant work by John.
Yeah, that's really great.
But you also see that echoed in the birds that are in the
The
background.
clouds, like they're
clouds,
like, almost lightning bolt clouds. Yeah, that's
very,
really cool.
very.
Yeah, that's
interesting
my
looking
favorite
ink
art so
renders
far
you
that
see
we've
in the
seen from
background.
this set.
You also see a lot
Absolutely.
of the very zigzaggy shape language in those as well.
So cool. I like that when I first saw this art, I
Enchanted?
thought he had both feet on the mask.
People would be mad at that
He
because
does.
it's probably
Yeah,
not
one
very
foot on the
good
mask and his tail actually wrapped
in
around
game.
the mask and his other foot's on it.
Evasiv's cool.
Going towards that.
And if you can be questing for 2, if you can be playing actions a lot, then that's cool.
Never sure footing.
I think you're just removed by too much.
Next up, we
While
have
there's a lot
Jim
of 3
Hawkins,
costs,
honorable
Daring
pirate.
Visitor Sisu,
He's a
then they won't see
7-cost
play.
inkable.
Jim!
4 strength, 7 willpower, 2 lore. He's got bodyguard and the ability hire a crew. When you play this character, look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You may reveal any number of pirate character cards and put them into your
cool.
hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. Now this is just a fantastic.
That's
I don't know if you know
pretty
this, but
cool.
that's the map from the movie.
Treasure
Oh
Planet.
wow, yeah, that's awesome.
This
I
is
like to
another.
throw those little details in there. For
And
you
then
guys.
there's lots of what's with the
those are
shadows
all-
back there?
Those are all actually aliens from the crew. that
Oh
you
right.
meet.
Oh of course. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
and
It's hard to tell, but they're.
I think you know this, Ryan. You've seen Treasure Planet.
Do appear in other cards. You get to see them.
Oh yeah.
That's
All right.
cool,
That's
though.
very cool. That's very
Great
cool.
stat line. 4 strength is like a magic number, really. It's the new magic number because
If you
there are no
get
hate
right,
cards
that's
specifically
right,
for
two,
characters of 4
on
strength.
average, 2 or 3 cards out of it.
And Haiku being
I mean,
on
you're paying
play,
the cost for it,
super
but
good.
It's a really fun card.
It's pretty expensive, but it's inkable. Maybe we're playing lanterns, maybe we're ramp.
And it is
Wish it was
Yzma, Conniving Chemist.
Conniving
She
chemist.
is a 4-cost inkable,
Oh.
3 strength, 3 willpower, 2 lore. She has the ability Field of Power.
Oh.
Exert. If you have fewer than 3 cards in your hand, draw until you have 3
Oh,
cards. in your
aggro's gonna
hand, and the quote on
love
the bottom
this.
Says, one of these has got to work. Let's see what happens. All right.
One of these have
Yzma,
got to work.
She looks like she's fun to draw. I'm no
Love
artist,
it.
but she just looks fun to draw to me.
It is. And you'll notice.
It's Mama Villain's favorite
Oh, for Amethyst.
favorite Disney villain.
So there's a lot of
It's
crescent shapes that
Yzma.
are echoed
Yeah,
everywhere.
that's a super good ability. It's a legendary. Okay, yeah,
Go
fair.
back,
I was gonna say
like,
this is
look at all
actually
your
seems
Amethyst
super
cards and
good.
Look for the crescents. It's
Yeah.
really neat.
Like aggro's gonna love this, and again, like in some ways it goes like for Ruby Amethyst or most Amethyst decks. Obviously, you're looking to draw a lot of cards, and like
we throw that into Windows.
I don't think you would consistently be able to get down to 0 all the time. Sometimes you will, depending on how you build the deck.
I could also hear.
But obviously, it's kind of counterproductive to what Amethyst normally wants to do. But
really good
aggro builds, or even builds where you are playing rabbits
you
and
know,
friends,
you can run out
like
of cards sometimes,
if you're still
like,
running a
you know,
lot of
because
low-cost
each card
characters and
playing
you have an
one
easier
card,
job
you
emptying
know,
your
by the
hand,
time
then
you're at, I don't know, depending
yeah,
on
this
your
seems
deck,
good.
You know, you could be out of cards. So this is a character that will make sure that at least for a turn you're not going to run out of cards. Now you combine this with some bodyguard, and next thing you know, you're drawing a lot of cards. So this is a really exciting card, and that is what we have today for card reveals. I want to thank
Not bad.
Edgar for coming out.
Not bad.
I also want to say
Not a
you know,
bad haul,
I've
guys.
always been a fan of your team's work, the creative team. The reason it's beautiful is because of the creative team. And Edgar, thank you so much for making this a beautiful game. It is outstanding. So thanks for coming by, man.
Thank you.
Well, that's it for the announcements, but if you stick around after the break, you're going to learn about one of my favorite ways to play, a new play format we call Pack Rush.
All right, so set 6 officially announced. We've got the name of the set. We've got the theming, as most people predicted. They're out at sea. It's very very heavy on the pirate theme, which is super cool. I hope that we get another trailer at some point throughout the set 6 advertising, because I would like to see a bit more of the story, and obviously they've played a little bit into some lore stories that they put up on the Lorcana website, where there was a section about Merlin and the great illuminary, piece of it falling from the sky. There was a section about the 7 dwarf knights and the mine, which was super cool, and then a section about Basil being hypnotized by Jafar and him wanting to take over Lorcana. So I'd like to see a little bit more concerning all that, but still super excited for this set. It looks a lot of fun, super colourful, big fan of pirates, so they're glad we're going to be getting some more of them. And yeah, some interesting card reveals. I don't know Big Hero 6. I'll have to add it to the list of things that I need to watch and check out, but great to see the Rescue Rangers, great to see some more Alice in Wonderland. That Yzma card seems pretty interesting. So yeah, nice set of reveals. We saw the new mats and the new sort of gift set, the Stitch theme one, which I assume will be very popular. Stitch is a very, very popular character. So yeah, not bad by all means. I am very much looking forward to hopefully Lorecast at some point returning to live format. I think a lot of people prefer that, but I'm still glad that we get these. They could just not do it. They could just put out a tweet, which I'm sure for some people they would prefer, but I personally, I like seeing stuff like this. I like that they take the time to do this. It was great to see that video that they put together, like highlighting the different events around the world and putting an emphasis on certain people in the community. That's really, really awesome to see. So yeah, they said that the next thing is going to be a little bit of Pack Rush, which we'll obviously watch and see. I don't imagine we'll see a lot more than that. But yeah, nice tease to get us excited for set 6. Of course, we've barely started set 5. We haven't even had a DLC in set 5 yet, but still, it's cool to be excited for things that are coming in the future. Alright, let's jump back in and watch some Pack Rush. Ryan Miller, who will be the opponent? Is this going to be a commercial coming to actual TV? No sleeves. It's kind of cringe. Whoa. You rich. You rich. Okay, this is cool. Probably a bit too long to be coming to TV. Look at my man flexing the foil Cinderella Stout-Hearted DLC. At least he had sleeves. Oh, you have sleeves? Okay, cool. Maybe the first ones did have sleeves and I was thrown off because it was the Lorcana back. Okay, that was cool. Is that going to be
Welcome back, and as promised,
TV
we're going to play
commercial?
some Pack Rush. Now, Pack Rush is one of my favorite ways to play because all you need, each player needs 2 packs, and you need a friend. And today, I brought Meg Hansen. She is our global
Hi, Meg.
organized play manager. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Now, some of you may remember this
Meg
because
in
at
Bochum
one
and
of your
Bologna.
events, the challenge event in Atlanta,
They are lovely.
I started toying around with this with some of the fans there. And so if you remember that, if some of you were there, it has changed a little bit since you saw it because, we came up with it there, kind of started playing it, and then we brought it back to the office and the design team got a hold of it, and now we have what we call Pack Rush. So let's go through some of the basics of the rules, and then we'll play a game. Now, first of all, as I mentioned before, each player needs 2 packs. You're going to open the packs, take out the marketing card, and put those in your inkwell. So you're going to start with 2 ink right off the bat with those 2 marketing cards. The rest of the card, shuffle them, and do your best not to look at them. I mean, you can. They're your cards. Do what you want. But I think it's a lot more fun when you shuffle the cards, and during the game, you have no idea what you've drawn or what you're going to draw. The other rules are we're playing to 15 lore. You start with 5 cards instead of 7, and in the really unlikely event that you run out of cards in your deck, just shuffle your discard back into your deck. Now,
broken.
Don't want anyone losing the game just because we're starting with fewer cards, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and open the packs. Now, I recommend when you open the packs, do it from the flap side right here. That way, when you open it, the first thing you'll see is that marketing card there. You won't
those
spoil any
mats are
of the
sick.
other cards. Put that right into your
need them
inkwell,
both.
and then place
I
the
need
cards
them.
off to the side. Open your second pack, do the same thing. There we go. inkwell off to the side, and then I like to shuffle kind of like this, so I don't.
Yeah, no looking.
No looking. Just kind of okay, yeah. Oh yeah, careful now.
I was like, as I just throw all
Yeah,
the
right.
cards everywhere.
Now I know what you're thinking. You know, what if I have an enchanted? I don't want to scuff up my enchanted. Unless if you're really worried about it, I'd say just go ahead and check that one card slot to see if you got an enchanted. So there you go. All right. So once we're shuffled up, we're gonna.
We'll just sleeve them all straight away, I
cards.
guess.
And alter your hand accordingly. Let's see what I got here. Oh my. Well, I'm gonna alter 3 cards.
I have a really good card for the format, but I don't know if I'll ever get there. So it's like,
I want those
Altering
giant
is different in this format too, because you're
cards in the
starting with
background.
2 ink in the inkwell. It kind of changes, like, you know, like
yeah.
I just altered away a couple of 1-cost cards for that very reason. Like, oh, you know, I want to start at like 2 or 3 ink.
I think I might make a mistake, but we are going to. We're just gonna those 2, and I'm gonna keep the one that I probably should not keep.
You never know. All right, so go ahead and shuffle up, and then we'll decide who goes first. Now, I like to decide who goes first using only 1 die, because ties can be annoying sometimes, but also my way, you get to insult your opponent too. So what you do is you say, you're odd, and then you roll a die, and look, it's odd. She goes first, right? So
And it's true, I am.
I mean,
It's not even an insult.
This is like, yeah, some might say you've dressed up for today, but no, this is just normal Meg
This
wear.
is just normal aesthetic. Yeah, like I already have the hat and the outerwear and the
Outstanding.
shirt,
Oh,
all of
that's-
it. Okay.
All right. All right, what do you got?
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna actually ink Hypnotic Deduction because I want to play Grumpy.
Grumpy. Oh.
Skeptical Knight. Honestly, same.
Okay. Okay. All right. Not bad. All right. Ready, set, draw.
Yeah.
Ooh, all right. So I'm going to ink. Well, that's a tough one. I'm going to ink the Potion of Might. And then I'm going to use all of my ink to play Bonsai and Merryweather.
God, what a tag
I could
team.
spend an ink. I'm not going to do that.
Meriwether and Bonsai, I'll take
I
over
can
the
also
world.
insert chosen damage character. There aren't any, so I just wanted some characters up. So there we go.
Well, I think it's really cool that, like, literally your turn 1, you're playing 2
Yeah, right, it's
cards. Like, it feels unfair, honestly. But-
Well, I'm one of the game designers, so you know.
oh, yes. I
I
forgot.
reserve the right to change the rules as they benefit me.
You're just going to be like, this die is another 2 ink. Okay.
This counts as ink.
No!
Okay,
not
go
the
ahead.
Raspberry! Alright.
Wish I had more knights.
Honestly, same. We're going to go ahead and ink Ever as
Okay.
before.
Ever as before.
One of your night characters is at a
As the
location. Well, I wish I
sun
also
will
had
rise.
locations. That would be, like, pretty cool. So, but instead, I think we're just gonna play a little Razor.
Taffeta.
Oh my.
Well, she's
Half
a
of mutton fudge.
ruthless
Two
rival.
lore. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
I
That 2 ink there just sitting there.
I know. I don't have anything else
Oh
that I want to play right
no.
now.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. No, I'm
Okay.
a liar. I want to play one more.
Oh my. Why did I give her the opportunity?
This is your fault. Okay.
You know, Napoleon taught us
oh my
to never
goodness.
interrupt your opponent while they're making a mistake. I should have listened to Napoleon today.
It's true. Yeah. Now I'm gonna play sleeping. But now I have a night, but I don't have a location, and so really,
well,
what's
one can
new for
only
me?
hope. All right, I'm going to ink Nala, and
No
I will
quest.
play.
Could have come up
But Knight
bodyguarded.
is dopey.
Oh my
But I don't have
Right.
another knight, so I can't use this ability. So
We can trade.
no, I will instead quest and go to 2. Your turn.
Okay. We're gonna ink Visions of the Future,
Mm-hmm.
and
That's like such a good card.
you're gonna.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
We're gonna quest.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I mean, if
pretty
you're
good.
trying to win, I guess.
I mean, I'm like almost a quarter way there.
Are
Right?
you spending any ink? What do you have in your hand?
Don't look.
Don't show me. Don't show me. I don't want to see. All right.
That's the
Ready,
6
set,
cost.
draw. Woohoo!
We're almost there.
All right. Oh, there we go. I will ink ever as before.
I probably would have played the
ever
Vision
just
of the
as
Future.
sure as the sun will rise. All right.
See,
I'm
he's
gonna see
singing it as
who is
well.
invited to the
It's
ball.
not just me.
So reveal the top 2 cards. Put any characters I reveal. Let's see. I hit Hypnotic. Monstro is invited to the ball.
Hey,
That is
well.
going to be
Congratulations,
room.
a
Monstro.
party. Let me tell
Go
you
to the
what.
ball.
Well, how many guests can actually add to the room? Right? There's another room at the party
It's
now.
it's inside
Right, yeah.
Monstro.
You know,
The party
in his
is
stomach.
inside Monstro.
on the
He's
bottom
its
deck.
own venue.
Whoa.
Basically.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Cocktails on my ribs. What do you say? All right. Well, I got to do something here. This is not great. Well, I tell you what. Bonsai is going to chase away.
There's a
half the mutton
bodyguard,
fuzz,
bro.
but in the process, chase. Oh, what? Is he bodyguard?
Bodyguard.
No. Oh, that's so bad. Well, at least he
Yeah.
has 0 strength, so I guess
Yeah.
Dopey and
I think he did that on purpose.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
You knew that, Ryan.
Gonna
I'm not
finish
buying
the
it,
game,
mate.
Oh,
Basically.
I see.
Yeah.
He's going to first.
I ain't buying it.
And I will exert and gain 1 more lore and slowly creep up to your total. All right.
We're
Go
close.
ahead.
Okay.
What? What?
Do you want to see what I just?
No. No,
No?
don't play
Okay,
it.
you're
Don't,
right,
no,
you're
play
right.
it. Play it. I'm kidding. What did you
I won't.
draw?
Look, I'm just excited.
Whoa.
And this is why sometimes you may not want to riffle shuffle.
You got the
Yeah.
Snow White and Jet. So, like,
And-
before the game, I let her pick the packs. I put 4 packs out, and I said, pick 2. That was the wrong answer.
Sure, you never let me pick. I'm never lucky.
Oh, no, and you have a knight. So she's got resist
I know.
1.
Yeah,
That just keeps getting
me
better.
too. So yeah, so she
Oh,
has
my.
resist 1. If I had known, I wouldn't have like used sleepy.
Hey, I've got Monstro.
You do have Monstro. Yeah.
Well.
Okay, and then the thing is, so I want her to continue having resist. So all we're gonna do is we're just gonna.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, that's
yeah.
okay.
All you.
All right, ready,
I still
set,
can't
draw.
play this.
Maybe I'll draw. Nope.
No. Not a Snow White.
Oh, it's Kanai, Big Brother. So I will make him into ink. What?
You were just like, yeah, okay.
Big Brother.
This
Dink.
is your job now.
Well, he's helping me out in his
He
own
is.
way.
He is.
Oh gosh, I have a card I'd love to use its ability on, but that is not in play at this moment. All right, so now Bonsai and Taffeta will have their discussion, and
Yeah.
and they will
Discussion.
chase each other away.
Tracy's.
You see that damage counter effect? I'm telling you,
So,
one day for the
what
live
is this?
streams.
Yeah,
If
I
anyone
think a
watched
lot.
the
So I'm gonna
World's Pokemon
spend
stream, it's
5
all the
ink
cool
for good
effects
old
there on the
Monstro.
screen. We're gonna get there one day, I'm telling you. I don't know that. That's
You're gonna get what?
It's not revealed.
An extra- Okay. So
but I'm guessing.
So I'm going to challenge, or not challenge.
guessing.
I'm going to quest, go up to 5, nearly doubling my score, and you go.
Okay. You're staying even.
Okay, I don't want to
Monstro is on the board.
You
What is it,
got a
5,
3
6?
lore character. I don't want to hear it.
Oh. I think I have to ink Robin Hood as much
long,
as I
Robin
don't
Hood.
want to.
Why? What do you have? You've had this the whole game. What is this?
I-
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh. Luis, I'm about to go.
Look,
Oh my, what? I have no chance whatsoever.
Luisa is like one of my favorite Encanto characters. I just
She's
so strong.
She is cool. Yeah, she is cool.
yeah. Okay, and then
By the way, the
I
new
think
Disney album, A Whole New
think
Sound,
I have to-
so good. So good.
That's scary.
And it's
that
got
we're
Eye to
doing
Eye on
it.
it from a
Yeah,
Goofy
okay,
movie.
So I put you at
1, 2,
Great song
3,
list in
4,
general.
10.
10.
complaint,
Okay.
nothing
Okay,
from
that's not
Treasure
bad. All right.
Planet.
Are you done?
Yeah, yeah, I'm
Okay.
done.
I'm still
So,
here, it's right
ready,
there,
set,
bro.
draw.
But still,
Whee!
very good album.
Oh,
Jazz hands.
let's see here.
No
Okay,
hands.
that's super useful.
It's
there.
all right, I'm a
All
trained
So
professional.
let's see what I've got here. So
Don't try this at home.
Meriwether is going to turn Grumpy's frock from red to blue.
Okay.
Let's see here. Dopey.
Oh no, she doesn't have resist anymore.
Well, that's the thing. So I think actually Monstro is going to challenge Snow White. I'm gonna put 3 damage on Monstro.
But what if we just got a Sharpie right now and made Louisa into a knight? Okay.
No.
All right. Goodbye,
And I
Snow
have to
White.
quest with Dopey.
Yeah.
1, 2, and now I can finally use this ability. I'm going to play the Knock. Mystical Spirit for
If
6
you
ink. When I play this
smell
character, I move
what
2
the knock
damage from
Is
one
cooking.
of my characters.
No!
What's up?
Louisa.
Oh,
All right.
quite a ton of events, Miss Hanson. All right, your turn.
We're doing our best. Okay, so now I'm going to be a top deck champion, right? And
You've
we're
been-
just...
you have already used all your top deck luck right there.
I mean,
Or did you?
do you want to draw a card?
Yeah.
Okay.
Woohoo. Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead and draw that card.
I quite
Each
like it.
opponent.
Hey, goes along with that.
Oh, you know, fun,
Alice
actually
in
funny.
Wonderland
So
card, the tea-
cards like
tea party
Giant,
card we
where
got
it says each. I've
to
played like
make 'em
Pack
discard
Rush
top
with
card of the deck.
Oh,
multiplayer
sure, yeah.
Amethyst
Totally
Mill.
play multiplayer, yeah.
Because you
coming.
can, and then so
It's
you
coming.
play it. And
Are you
you're
ready?
like, is this worth it? Do I ink this or do I play it and just have everyone draw a card? But then there's the opposite where it's like, like pull lore from all of your opponents
yeah,
or whatever,
yeah.
and it's just exponentially
Totally
better.
changes things, yeah.
Okay, well, I guess we're just gonna do our thing and go to 13.
So, on my turn, just to be clear, on my turn,
Yeah.
I have to get rid of both of your characters to
Yes.
even have a chance. All right, so let's see what happens.
Top deck
Ready, set, draw. Be prepared. Oh, that's not in this set. Okay.
If
Well.
if it was though, then we would know.
I can get to 10. At least I can get to double digits.
Honestly, 10 is pretty good.
Okay. So my mom going, "You're handsome. You're the handsomest boy in the school." Okay. I mean, wow, I can't even. Okay. I guess what I will do is there's nothing I can do. You're gonna win. So I'm gonna
That's
quest
true.
to get to 10. I'm gonna play some
Double
cards. I'm gonna
digits.
play some cards. I'm gonna play Badanon, and I'm gonna
Oh
play
my gosh.
Sleepy.
What?
Your turn.
Look. Okay. And then we're gonna draw, and I will not slow roll.
You win. Good
Yeah,
game. Oh,
good
that was
game.
fun.
Yeah.
Oh my, what a pack you had.
That was super
now,
fun.
the fun part is at the end. Now you get to see if you got a second enchanted. I guess. Let's see what else I got. Let's see.
Maybe you got an
okay.
enchanted.
Okay, got a
This was
Chris.
my
Oh, I
hand.
got double Christoph. That's pretty cool.
Honestly, like
that would have
if
been
you-
pretty good.
If you can get there, which you can, like the game does play that.
Let's
long,
start you
too.
off. Okay, I got
Gotcha.
double Christoph.
Yeah, a very wow. This is like I had Sleepy and.
Oh my
Happy
gosh, you got
and
so many.
Happy.
Oh,
Interesting.
got nearly all the
and-
you got the
dwarves.
Hexwell
What
crown.
the heck? And a sneezy too. Like I almost had
She
the
really did. She
whole,
got so many of them.
the whole caboodle, the whole thing. You know?
Oh my gosh! Well, that was super fun, and yeah. So that's Pack Rush. We're gonna have one more game. At this time, we're gonna bring Edgar back, our art director friend. We're also gonna bring Cheyenne in. She is the fan event manager, so they're gonna play as well. So let's see what happens with them.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm Edgar, and this is Cheyenne. Cheyenne, get to finally meet in person. For the first time we're playing here, and I overheard Ryan say fan events manager, right? What does that entail? That's well, actually, let's pick, and we can keep talking.
All right, so fan event manager, I'll pick this one and this one.
All right. So fan events manager.
Yeah, so we have a really great community of competitive players, but we also have a big community of Disney Lorcana fans as well, and
I'll
people
count
who-
myself in there. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I'm a new to the game, new to TCGs, so this is like my gateway into the TCG community. But there's lots of people out there that love the art and maybe
Awesome.
love the flavor text of the cards.
But mostly the art.
Yes, so yes, definitely mostly the art, as I am with the art director.
I kid.
But yeah, so we're putting together some really fun activities that people can participate in to interact with Lorcana in different ways that are outside of the competitive circuit.
Oh,
So
nice.
fun things that you'll be able to do.
cool.
Like
I look forward to
go,
hearing more about-
This is your favorite glimmer.
Stuff
I knew
like
there was
that.
something going on with the outfit. Is there Like, were you aiming for that?
Yeah. Well, Hey Hey is one of my favorite characters.
Okay,
So
okay.
I'm channeling my inner Hey Hey
Very cool.
today. Just giving me
I love it. The hair helps, and yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and I see you even have the little necklace there. That's
just
awesome.
a little bounding.
Yeah. The last game had some very exciting development, so I'm going to be super careful with these cards. Hoping for the best, guys. Hoping. All right, so I'm just going to stop this mess and go for 5 cards.
2, 3, 4, 5.
I am now going to have to decide what to put back, and I guess I don't know. I honestly don't know if I can give up any of this beautiful art because I'm so connected to each and every one of these pieces. It's like, which of your darlings do you want to give up here? 2 of these, and this one's higher, so I'm gonna do the smart thing. I'm gonna do 1. I'm gonna put 1 back, and I'm gonna draw a card. I'm gonna keep it a mystery because I like the surprises. And then I'm gonna shuffle this back in. Are you putting any back?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same. So I'm gonna alter that card. Okay.
All right.
Ooh. Okay. All right. So now we need to roll to see who plays first.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Let's do it. Let's keep it
All
on the
right.
board. Let's see.
22.
Oh, I win. Nice.
Yeah, good job.
Oh, you got doubles though. That's a win in itself. Okay, so I am going to, since I have 2 ink. See, now I have to read because
There's reading.
like
there's math.
that's always the
there's...
kicker because I can't decide based on the art. I honestly, every one of these cards has a special place, but I think I'm gonna do this one because yeah. Oh wait, can I? Yeah. So I'm gonna ink this Obscurasphere.
Okay.
And now I have 3 ink, and then I can play Clarabelle.
All right.
She's such a cool classic character.
Is he going to have the Floodborn?
All right, and your turn.
My turn. Okay.
Crack out the old
I'm
draw
going
7.
to
Or
ink,
turn 5.
Kronk, even though he's one of my favorites. Put you
Yeah.
there. All right. So then I grab a card, and I'm going to play. I'll play Gen Z, and I will.
All right. I'll take that, and I will bring these back. Let's see what I got. I'm going to play all 3 and put Simba down.
Okay.
And I know I'm supposed to ink every once in a while. At least that's the theory that I've been told to like ink so I get the bigger cards out. So I think I'm gonna ink Merlin's Cottage.
All right, sounds good. All right, so I'm going to ready my cards.
Okay.
I will draw a new one, and ooh, got a couple of options here. Okay, I'm gonna ink this Hideaway card,
Okay.
and now I have 4 ink. And I am going to
Oh, you're using all 4.
play.
Alana
I'm
Dale.
worried. Ooh, Alan, that's a good one. So I don't know if you noticed, but like in this case, it's supposed to be this huge celebration going on, and he's one of the main performers.
That's awesome. He
Yeah.
looks like he has some pretty great struts there.
Yeah, yeah. It's so cool to see them like performing and being like the center of attention.
It's cool
Because
art
like
on that.
hopefully you
Alana
guys
Dale.
see a lot more of these guys as you as we shuffle through the deck. It might be cool. Clarabelle here happens to be, she's kind of a wallflower, so she's on the outside of that
hanging
concert.
out,
She's
watching
still
the
inside of
concert.
that luminary. Yeah. So there's a lot of these cards are connected that way, which I feel like super happy that we're able to tell that narrative as we move along. All right, I'm gonna move it. Oh, speaking of which, this is another one. I'm gonna play it 1 because I love the art, but 2 because I have just enough ink to do this. And speaking of the party, there's a villain. There's a line of villains, and they are all outside waiting in line, and you can see how it connects there. That's another one of the really cool ones because it's like a whole panoramic shot of all the villains.
Yeah, those are cool. With Mother
And
Gothel and
I
Yzma.
think I'm going to end my turn there.
Can't remember who the other one
All
is.
right, sounds good. All right, so I'm going to ready my cards. I'm going to draw, And all right, so I've got a couple of cool cards here that I can play. Let's see, who do I have on the table? Let me play. I'm gonna play.
Ooh, drum
Donald
roll.
Duck.
Nice. Okay.
This one looks pretty cool. Looks like he's having a good time at the party.
Yeah.
So that is for 3. So let me exert 3 ink. All right, so I am going to then quest these 2 for a total of 3.
Nice. Alright. Do you generally have, like, have you played enough Lorcana that you have a strategy in mind, like when you're playing?
I'm still very new to the game, and learning as I go.
Yeah.
But it sounds like we have similar strategies in which we are picking the art that we like the best.
Yeah.
So, which is just another reason why this is such a fun game for newbies to TCG.
Yeah, you can play on that level,
Yes,
or
yeah.
kind of choose to read. I wish I could read and keep all of these things in mind at the same time, but that's not the type of player I am. I go by the art for the most part. So I'm gonna give up my healing decanter to get 5 ink, and then I can finally put Ludwig out.
Oh, nice. There's a
The-
lot going on.
He's a big
here with
boy.
this
Full
one.
four
Yeah.
quests for
Tell me more
3.
about
Well,
that.
this one happens to be inside of the party as well, but he's at the punch bowl, of course, and
Of course.
just kind of showing how all of this is like this whole world is in a celebration mode at this point. And I just love, like, the Ducks are my favorite.
Yeah.
The Ducks are, like, by far my favorite franchise.
All right, so I am getting ready my cards. I grabbed another one, and I think that I am ready to play. I'm gonna ink Rhett,
Oh, yeah.
who's like so cool dressed
Yeah.
up there. All right, so that means I have 5 ink. I'm going to play. I'm gonna play Stitch for 4,
Nice.
and
Little tug of war Stitch.
I quite like that
also
Stitch.
gonna
Like,
play
being
Minnie
uninkable,
Mouse.
it's like,
Oh,
one.
2 of
Probably not
1.
good
I
enough,
love
but
it. Good strategy.
it's cool.
Okay.
All right, so then these I will quest
and yeah,
with.
that's that Minnie Mouse
So
inventor.
that gives me plus.
Yeah, it'd be interested to see how much more support there is for inventors in the
Okay, so you're up to
coming
7. I
set,
need to
judging
slow
by
you
some of
down
the
now.
cards that we
All right,
got
let's
to
see
see.
what we can do here, folks. All right, so I don't know that I can keep inking here. Mathematically, that's not looking good for me with those other 2 on the board. So I think I'm just gonna have to go for it and challenge with Ludwig, I guess.
Okay.
I'm gonna challenge your Donald.
Okay. Sounds good. So this
So
this
yeah, so that one is banished,
Donald.
and this one
Okay.
takes 2 damage. And he has to exert. I'm gonna just get on the board. That was a boring set, but at least I slowed you down with, I think.
Slowed me down a little
Yeah,
bit.
you
Yeah.
slowed-
No, it's good strategy. All right.
somewhat.
So.
Oh, and I'm gonna ink
oh.
Daisy. Sorry, last bit. Your
Good.
turn.
Okay. So now I have 6 inks. Okay. Great. So let me ready my cards. Okay. So I am going to. Okay. Let's see. I have 5 ink. I'm going to play another
Another
Alan.
Alan. Ouch.
And that is for 4. And I am going to just keep questing along. So that means that I'm going to quest all of these, which
She's
gives
racing.
me plus
She's racing ahead.
Ouch. Okay. So this is my last ditch effort. I have a lot of ink though. I can say that for myself. Okay. Let's give it a shot. See what I can do here. I have nothing that will help me this turn. So I'm just going to spend the 3 ink and put Anna down just for the optics, so it looks like I actually did something. I was trying. Put her on there. I am going to.
Gotta make your opponent exert
do
something.
Let's see what.
Come
I
on,
can do.
Edgar.
See, that's where I shouldn't have given up that decanter. I could have taken this off, but in this case, let's just I guess we'll go for Alan again. I'll banish him, but Alan's banished.
All right, bye,
Challenge
Alan.
him.
Bye,
There's
Alan.
one Alan down,
See ya.
and I just have to get a little bit more action going here.
No, I don't
let's
think he
use
can stop
Simba to
it.
challenge
Because I think he can only take out 2 of these
Mini.
characters.
Okay.
and
Because the
I
Stitch has
take
got 4
one damage.
willpower.
Minnie, you're banished.
that. All right, and then I just realized I did not put my other 3 points on my counter, but I'm gonna just get another 2. So that was the first 3, and these 2.
That's a
and I'm gonna check
GG.
my math.
It's over,
Yeah,
Edgar.
5.
It's over.
All right.
I'm up to 5.
GG, my friend.
Math is a very
Thank you for not skunking me.
Math is a very
Taking it
important
easy.
element of the game,
Yes.
which is difficult, but I get better at it every time. So
Yeah, it's amazing to see these guys work these
Go
calculations
so
in their head, and they're
fast.
just going.
yes.
Meanwhile, I'm like, yeah, I like those colors, and yeah, that's a sword.
3 plus 2 is yes. All right, so I'm gonna grab a new card. Ooh.
Yeah, every time I play with my son, he says the same. Dad, just go. Dad.
All right, so I have 5 ink here. I'll play Coda, and that's for 2. So he's on the board. It also says during opponent's turn, you can't lose lore.
Oh,
So just a little added bonus there. All right, so then I have.
not that I have anything to take away, Mother, at this point.
I have all of my other glimmers on the table, and I'm going to quest them all for an additional 4 lore.
Yeah.
And that's the game.
Nice. Okay. Didn't take pity on me. Thank you.
He's like, oh, it's over?
Not even close, man. Nice job, man. All right, well, hey, that's all we got for the Lorecast this time. We'll see you next time, and thanks for watching.
Thank you, Ryan Miller. Thank you dearly. And there we have the latest Lorecast. I can't go back and watch the VOD to rewatch the trailer now and break it down, but I will show it again at the end of this video. And here's a couple of screenshots of characters in the background that I imagine will turn into cards. But that's going to be it from me for now. Thank you so much for watching. If you're brand new to the channel, please subscribe for all things Lorcana. Hit that like button to show support, and we'll see you soon.